I got started foraging because I was poor and I needed to find free food, all right? And that's what a lot of people do. They're like, oh, I want free food because stuff's too expensive at the grocery store, right? But yeah, that's still a little bit of a reason, but it's not the main reason I do this now. The main reason I do this now, because I can afford to go to the store and buy food, but the food at the store, I would say probably 60-70% of it is crap. And you got to understand that the way that they've been growing things for the last 70 years or so, they have changed. They have not just, like, I'm not just saying, oh, all GMOs are bad, but they have hybridized and genetically modified the crops. They've changed the way things actually grow. They've changed the structure of the vegetables themselves, so things last longer on a shelf, right? They are choosing varieties of plants that last longer on a shelf, or they're hybridizing tomatoes and apples and things to last longer. They want shelf life, which in turn reduces their nutritional value. Like they've done studies on this. Scientific studies have proven that the nutritional value of just almost, you can pick almost any plant, honestly, carrots, apples, tomatoes, celery, it's. I just watched a video on this morning. I want to say it's like 50%, 60% less than it was in the 1950s. Like there's less B1, there's less B2, there's less magnesium than there used to be. And not only are we depleting those minerals and nutrition from the soil that we're farming in, but we're not replacing it, and we're changing the vegetables to not need those things. So the vegetables that you buy at the store don't have the nutritional value. Whereas you run around like me, like the dirty hippie lady, eating all the stuff I find on the ground. Obviously, you want to be careful. Don't eat where they spray pesticides, and be careful make sure you recognize what it is. But when you're eating those wild foods, those wild vegetables and wild plants, they aren't beholden to any specific growing conditions. Like if you think about, you have to grow a vegetable garden, right? If you build yourself a little raised bed vegetable garden, you are 100% in control or in charge of making sure that the soil in there has everything that your vegetables need to grow, right? Out here, a seed drops and it says, hey, I like this soil, and it grows. Mm-hmm. It's not going to grow if it doesn't like what it found. The dandelions are going to grow where the dandelions want to grow. They're not going to grow just like in a spot that's not good for them. So that's the best part of my rant, I guess, is that the reason to keep going with foraging is that it's better for you. The nutritional value of these wild foods is so much far superior to anything that you can buy in a store.